It's a great honor to welcome Dr. KRS Prasad Garu, in charge Dean Student Affairs, whose leadership and commitment have significantly contributed to the growth and well-being of our student community. His constant encouragement and support inspire both students and faculty alike. It's our honor to welcome Dr. K. Subbarao Garu, Registrar, KLF, whose administrative expertise and commitment have greatly contributed to the smooth functioning and progress of our institution. His support has been invaluable in driving academic and institutional excellence. It's our honor to now invite a multifaceted leader and change maker to the stage, Srimati Atluri Suma, Director, ACC Overseas and Secretary FICCI, FLO AP and Suraksha Committee member by Andhra Pradesh Police Commissionerate and Vice President of Fun Times Club Vijayawada and Vice President of SAFE. Please join me in welcoming the dynamic and inspiring Srimati Atluri Suma ma'am onto the stage. Thank you, ma'am. To mark the auspicious beginning of today's program, I now invite our dignitaries onto the stage for the lighting of the ceremonial lamp. Thank you very much, sir. Now invite Dr. K. Subbarao Garu, Registrar KLF, to please address the gathering.
Srimati Atluri Suma, Director, ACC Overseas and Secretary FICCI, FLO Andhra Pradesh. My colleagues on the dais, off the dais, and dear students, very good evening to all of you. This is a very important I personally feel this is a very important session for all of you. Reason is, I'm sure you all are first years, am I right? You have completed your intermediate education mostly in residential colleges culture, and you stepped into the university premises with your goal of gaining your expected job or going for higher studies or becoming an entrepreneur after completion of your 4-year BTech program. But nowadays, whether it is plus or minus, we can't say, we can debate on both sides of the coin. The development in social media and the way, especially the youth, girls, they are not all, at least though it is a small percentage, they are entering into unwanted, unexpected, harmful domains through this social media. And once they step into that, sometimes it is next to impossible for them to come back from that domain back to the normalcy. And sometimes the mental agony, the problems you face due to various unexpected circumstances will not only cause problems to the concerned students, but also it is a mental agony to the parents. Their whole normalcy, normal life will be in trouble. I am very sure this particular session will throw light on many things which are very, very essential for every girl student. And I also, though it is, I don't know whether it is relevant to this or not, I certainly would like to use this platform to advise each and every one of you that never hesitate to share your problems, difficulties with your family members and with your faculty members, counselors, psychologists who are available in the university. I have seen many students in my career, once advice from the faculty member at the right time, it will change the complete attitude and orientation of the student and take the student into the right direction when the student is in real trouble. Some of you don't interact with your family members in case of need. That you please do it. Irrespective of the parents, how close they are to you, I sincerely advise every one of you, they are the first to address your difficulties, and they will be extremely happy if they find their children, they are going in the right direction without any difficulties. Always think about your parents, how much agony, hard work they are doing to see your bright future, and every point that is going to be explained by Madam, I am very sure you will all will receive them and register in your mind and use at appropriate time as per the need. Thank you very much for the opportunity given to me to address all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your inspiring words. It's my honor to present the citations of the chief guest, Srimati Atluri Sumabindu Garu, Director ACC Overseas. She has a wide range of professional and community experience. She earned her MBA from Nagarjuna University in 2003 and since held various roles in human resources and overseas education. She worked for 2 years as an HR professional at Microsoft and 1 year at Planman Consultancy. For 12 years, she served as a branch head of Storm Overseas in Vijayawada. Currently, Sumabindu Atluri is a director of ACC Overseas and Abroad Education Consultancy she has been with for 19 years. She holds several leadership positions, including Secretary of FICCI, Andhra Pradesh, and Vice President of SAFE. She is also the convener of PB Siddhartha College of Arts and College and Sciences, Alumni Association Women Wing, and Joint Secretary for both the Sarvottama Library and the Teachers Colony Welfare Association. Her expertise extends to various certifications, including being an EATC, Australian Government Certified Counselor, and a certified trainer for several language exams. She is actively involved in her community, serving on various committees and volunteering for several organizations. She is a nominated Suraksha Committee member by the Andhra Pradesh Police Commissioner commissionerate and a resource person for the AP Judicial Academy. She volunteers in organizations like ISKCON, Awara, and Citizens for Democracy. So I'm privileged to welcome Srimati Atluri ma'am to please enlighten our students on equality and give the keynote address. And I request the guests to please be off the dais while the seminar is going on. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good evening, KL. I am with you because I have been since my 6th standard in a hostel, not just throughout the education, but even while I was working in Microsoft, nor with Indian Institute of Planning and Management. So I know what a hostel life is. So I am with you, and I can empathize very much with you. So, but we are here for a purpose, right? And what is it? It's been 1 month, and what are your expectations even before you stepped into a hostel? And do you think you are trying to move out with it? I need some answers. See, my sessions are always interactive, and I'm not on the stage most of the time. అబ్బా వద్దు మేడం అక్కడి నుంచి చెప్పండి సగం మంది పడుకుంటాం సగం మంది వెళ్ళిపోతాం కదా సో మ్యామ్ కెన్ ఐ హ్యావ్ వన్ మోర్ మైక్ హౌ మెనీ ఆర్ ఫ్రమ్ చైతన్య అండ్ నారాయణ ఓకే ఫస్ట్ ఆల్ చైతన్యస్ ఓకే అండ్ దెన్ నారాయణ ఓకే నాట్ ఎట్ ఆల్ ఫ్రమ్ IPE. So intermediate board examinations, those who are not from intermediate, from state boards, how many of you are here? Hardly. And I could see somebody, they don't lift their hands either. Main Chaitanya kadu asalu mem intare chadavaledu. From CBSE? Okay. Asalu emi kadu direct 10th to BTech? Kada? Somewhere. But you know, the pain of raising a hand itself after a long day is very difficult for us. Agreed? You had your snacks? Ma'am, petleda? Ayyo. Ma'am, I would take a break for 10 minutes if they want to have that snack. Most of you might be having it in your bag. If yes, you can pick them up. Because, oh sorry dear, then next time I make sure I will get snacks for all of you before my session starts. Okay, because this is what I was assuming that you are from which hostel? Himalaya, Kaveri, Kanchana, you have some, right? Everybody from Himalaya. Akkada kuda vellanivvaleda mimmalni. Direct. Okay. Tosesara? Thanks, Rabangar. See, this is what is needed. You need to be honest and open. But there is something, since I cannot give you a physical snack, let's do a small activity which will at least recharge your energy so that I will cut out my session and we will make sure that you are moving out at an early start. Okay? So now let us do one I need a volunteer here. Everybody raise your right hand. Right? So can you do a cycling thing with your right hand? From your own place. And I hope everybody has a left hand too. Reverse cycling with your left hand. Do both together. Both of them together. That has to be continued for 30 seconds. Isn't? Ila kadu nana. Right hand to the front and left hand to the back. Mana vallaki only front. See again. Right to the front and left to the back. Try out. See, I request your teachers to check out who is doing it. అసలు మనోళ్ళైతే లాస్ట్ రో అసలు మాకు హ్యాండ్స్ ఏమో మేడం బ్యాగ్లోకి వెళ్ళిపోయినాయి చాలా కష్టం నో రైట్ నో లెఫ్ట్ ట్రై అవుట్ See, nowadays we have been hearing that there is super brain yoga, right? This is one of the thing where if you think you are tired of studying, if you think you have lost your energies, especially during the menstrual cycles and periods too, this one simple exercise, if you are doing for 3 minutes, is going to recharge you. So now, whoever you think wants to get a recharge and wants to pick up in your health, do it right away for the next 30 seconds. Right hand to the... Right hand is always right, Nana. Right hand will always be to the right. But what is the cycling procedure of right hand? Clock and to the left. Kada? Chahi. See, both at a time. So hold this for me. Both at a time. My sweet sisters, it's as if not you are doing your right hand for one time and move to your left hand off for a break. Both at a time for 3 minutes. Do practice this in a hostel and you will definitely understand how it is going to connect and rewire the energies in you. This is a time-tested experiment which has been recently published in the international journals. Have you done this earlier? కష్టంగా ఉందా? Are you finding it difficult? You are comfortable in Telugu, English, Hindi అయితే మీరు నా హిందీకి భయపడతారు. Tell me, which? Telugu. Anybody who doesn't understand Telugu here? All right, so we'll go in a mixed way, doesn't mind. So can I have a pointer, please? So this is what we have done, and these are the advantages that you would be getting. So this is, I think you're having your exams very shortly, right? This is one thing which I will bet if you're trying to use it, will definitely charge you up. Ante kada. So anybody who is preparing for exams since day one, from last month? Thank God. At least from 15th you have your exams from 20? 20, okay. So at least from 10th, 12th, 15th, 19th? 19th, I am there with you. If the exam is on 20th, yes, 19th is enough and this will definitely help you out. I will bet you 10 more additional marks if you are practicing this. How many will try out? Wow, 10 marks ante on the right left to try cheddavle. It will happen sometime. Okay, and is that visible for you? Okay. I don't know if you have the facility to zoom it. All right. So how many of you have heard how many BIPs? BIPC to engineering. Love you, darlings. So this is the spirit, you know. Girls are, we can do whatever we want. We will go to BIPC, we'll study engineering. You know, there are women who have studied engineering, followed by medicine, and then they have even taken up IAS also. Have you come across such personalities? Unnaru. Undi kada social media, Google cheyandi. You will definitely come across 2 to 3 names. And for now, Chinna, first slide amma. Okay, so while we are talking about a body clock, what time does the hostel bell rings in the morning? It won't ring, we have to get up. So our college is at 7. Hopefully, I was told that 7:10. So we'll get up at 5:30. 6. అంటే 5:30 నుంచి 7 వరకు రెడీ అవుతామా? కమ్ అగైన్. బ్రేక్ఫాస్ట్తో ఎస్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు, అది మిస్ చేయలేము. అండ్ ఎనీథింగ్ బ్రేక్ఫాస్ట్ యూ హ్యావ్ అ టైమ్. ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ వీ డోంట్ గెట్ ఇట్. ఫ్రమ్ 7 to 9 is your breakfast time, 7:10 is our college. 6:30 is our breakfast time. కొంచెం కన్ఫ్యూజన్ కదా మనకి టైమింగ్స్, దట్స్ ఓకే. మన ఇద్దరం 7కే లెగుస్తాం ఏదైనా సరే. ఓకే, అండ్ దెన్ వాట్ టైమ్ డస్ అవర్ డే ఎండ్స్? కాలేజ్ అవర్స్ వదిలేసండి, అవర్ డే 4 అంటే దట్ ఈస్ ఆల్ టీచింగ్ అవర్స్ కదా. అవర్ డే ఓన్లీ స్టార్ట్స్ ఎట్ 4, అంతే కదా. ఫ్రమ్ మార్నింగ్ వీఆర్ ఇన్ కాలేజ్, అవర్ టైమ్ ఈజ్ ఓన్లీ ఫ్రమ్ 4 to 11, 12, 1, no, 1 o'clock, 2, 3. We are talking about AM or PM? AM. So our day starts at 4 PM and ends at 3 AM. Right? Correct? We are all on the same page. Any student who could say that my day ends by 9 or 10? 1, 2. So please raise up your hands. And I request you to please stand up in your places. That's it. Okay, at least raise your hand. Stand up here. Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, on an average, some 10 to 15 out of a hall of capacity. Hall of somewhere around 200 students, 300. So some 15 students say that 9 to 10 is what their day ends. And as a thumb rule, what I thought, if you stand up now, I'll at least take a pic of yours, because these are going to be healthy for a long time. According to the body clock that you see there, next slide now. There are certain organs in the body which function only in their appropriate body time cycle. Winner asli term body cycle and all, have you ever heard of it? Where? Somewhere in 6th class, 7th, 8th. No. Syllabus, we only study directly 10th, right? Okay. So, let me take 2 minutes in explaining how a body clock works for you. See, when you talk about the digestive system or the process of the organ works in our bodies is framed to be a body clock. See, are there any instances where at least rape exam, tomorrow is your exam, and you want to get up last minute to try it? We get up at 5, 4, 8 time without alarm. How many of you can do that? That is the power of body clock. See how many hands have rose up. You don't even need an alarm. For the 350 ka expire. 4K I have scheduled some last minute things to cover. So, but according to the human body, this is the period of how a body clock works. Since it's not visible for you, I'll quickly take up some time to read it from the chart. The functioning of the human organs. Generally, women's health issues or health problems, we have already done a session in the same hall some last month, right? So, okay, the audience are different. Yes. So, there are certain... How many of you feel that, yes, ma'am, I do have a health problem? Health in a sense covering everybody, right? From our, menstrual cycles, right? From our... Starting from the hair fall, ache, skin. Asla em the hair daggare manam, right? I am also both hands. Right? So, half the damage that is happening to our body is because we are breaking out this body clock. So what does it do? So our human body is formed in such a way that each organ has a specific time to perform. Nana, please. Or you can take the laptop and sit there if you're comfortable. Okay. So we talk about 4 p.m. and the metabolic activity starting from 12 is the time where the heart does its blood circulation. I'm talking about noon 12, not our night 12, noon. So that is where, see, even our school timings, our lunch break is somewhere around 12 to 12:30. Why? Because that is the time where the high energy and the blood circulation happens. See, why do we take food? Because it has to convert it into energy, and we need energy, especially blood. So this is where the whole body pumps blood at its highest. That is where we were asked to have our food in the noon. And after that, from 1 to 2, it's the functioning of the small intestine. Where, how many of you have known about the 5 elements of nature? వినలేదు కదా, ఎంపీసీలో బైపీసీలో రాదు కదా. Somebody tell me, what are the 5 elements? Some people smartly answer. They don't answer, but chorus. Whatever others say, we'll give a chorus. Okay, so that is where the fire is at its peak during this period. That's why you are supposed to, those organs which are activated at this moment are heart and the small intestines. And then from 3 to 5 is the digestion process, where the energy is released and all the liquid waste and the restoration happens. And then the role of the kidney begins from 5 to 7 p.m., where the nutrition and the building of the bone marrow happens. So if you want, I can even share the slide for you. But my most focus is not about the pericardium and the endocrine metabolism and all that, but here, where from 8 to 10 is what pericardium works, where this is the schedule for us to take care about ourselves, and the triple burner where the endocrine metabolism happens. There is one gland which secretes for us during that period that will help you to sleep. It's not that you don't sleep, nor you are dragging your sleep levels, but the secretion of the gland is very important. For that matter, our sleep cycles have to be started by 9 to 11. So that's the reason I told that those who are following this will have less health issues. And what happens during our sleep? The detoxification happens. And the start time is that will begin at 12, because the blood cells, so many of the women or girls suffer from something called as anemia. What is anemia? Lack of blood. And you know that generation of new blood happens from 12 o'clock in the midnight. But this is where we are busy with other activities. Other activities is only one activity. We have something in our pocket, right? We have been scrolling and scrolling, and that 12 goes to 2. So while you do that, that is where the blood cells tend to deteriorate. So that is one harmful effect. And then the liver and the lungs would definitely help you in the detoxification of the blood that would be functioning with the liver. And then the deep sleep and the detoxification of the lungs happens in between 3 to 4. And 5 to 7, usually when you talk about your parents or your grandparents, what are the waking up hours? 5, 4 sometimes. That is where the metabolism of the large intestine happens. So nowadays when we meet up students, they say, I have a problem with constipation. Again, it is relevant to your body cycle. Because the large intestine working starts from 5 to 7. So, but you are lucky enough that most of you said, I'll wake up by 5:36. If you're following that, your sleeping schedule has to go back 8 hours. Don't say that I sleep by 2, but still I wake up by 5. That is one thing. How many of you know about Rajkumar of Tamil movie industry? You know why he had a sudden heart failure? He has a habit of overstraining. In the sense, he does a lot of cardios, he does a lot of exercises, but at the same time, his sleep schedule is hardly for 4 to 5 hours a day. That was not just for 1 or 2 years, he has been doing that for more than 12 years. That's the impact where sudden cardiac arrests have been happening these days. So, half of the time, if you want to just recheck your health problems, please tend to reverse your body cycles. Stick to the human body immune systems, where definitely if you're going to follow this, our basic problems, madam, Restall is okay, but you know, acne problems, main concern for teenagers, right? And that I have mentioned, your hair fall issues. Most of the time, sleep well, and definitely you will have a natural glow. This is a time-tested experiment once again. Check out yourself. Sleep for 8 hours, at least for 5 days. Check out, there will be a change in your skin texture. Avapothe em cheyamantaru madam? Kada? Immediately kada, next doubt. Do try out, because this is self-tested thing on me. Okay. So apart from that, there's also scientifically proven that while you sleep for a constant period, for at least you maintain the same cycle in a regular interval, the changes that happen doesn't even require a doctor's help. Okay, so anything else to be discussed in this? So anyways, you have your breakfast only from 7 to 9, that's according to him. And why our school starts from 9 o'clock onwards? Because that is where the concentration levels happen. And that is taken care by the spleen, where the clear thinking happens at this time. This is a body cycle which you can always check on whether you are on the right track or not. How many of you think that I have never seen this, I'm seeing this for the first time? You're seriously thinking about the body cycle from now on? Are you able to follow that, or you are still checking out as to what it has for you? How many of you think that this has to be seriously given a thought? I could see some fear faces. See, be happy that you at least know at this stage. We came to know after a very long time. After, my sons are born, only then I came to know about this body cycle. Because nobody arranged me sessions like this. So this is one thing which you need to focus. And if you think this is what you require, you can message me, or you can even ping me so that I'll share you this. So can we have the next slide, please? How many of you have this tendency of homesick? Chala. Everybody. So you have parents visiting us? No. After exams, you're going home? Wow. Okay. So, but what is it that you are able to give them when you go home? What will you tell them? First thing, hostel baaledu, food assalu baaledu, roommates edo so, but ma pakka room vallu manchi vallu. Warden aithe Hitler. Kada? Hey, I told you, right? I am there in the hostel since schooling. Same. When we were in the school, we'll say, the other school is nice, not ours. Our principal, always adamant. Every time he'll make us stand outside the class. And the class teacher, another level, very level. And then you go to intermediate, you say, after 6 months after inter first year, school was a bit better. College maridi, ante kada? No, school is happy. So school days are always happy days, I do agree. But again, by the time you finish off your inter, how many of you have your school friends with you? In the same bench, in the same class? No, yes, mixed responses. Okay, how many of you have the same friends from your 5th standard to 10th or 12th? Oh, lucky girls. And how many of you have the same set of friends even in your college now? Okay, again that 15, 20. And a set of friends and a pakkan okallu kadamma. Mana group untam kada. We never hang out solely, right? We have a batch. Arre, batch ravali, appade pani start avvali. So that sort of a batch, how many of you were here? 2. Batch lo enta mandi amma? Iddara okala? 3. All 3 are here. In this hall. Very nice. Can I see their hands? So nice. We had friends of 3 like you, where unknowingly we happened to travel from intermediate till our graduation, unknowingly to each other, until we landed up in the same room, assigned by the warden. Only then we happened to narre, intern nunchi ikkade tagulukunnava. And we are not from the same state also. One is from Odisha, the other one is from, Telangana, one is from Andhra, and that's me. But these sort of friends whom you make now, and by the time you go to your final year, they are going to be with you for lifelong. Now, how many of you feel that inter-college bond, the university life is different? Though it is Chaitanya Narayana morning 8 to 8:30 also, that life is good. Right? Yeah, because 1 month we have the same feeling. If I come and ask the same question in your 3rd year, half of the hands will come down. If I come and ask you the same question in your farewell, madam, college days, hardly we have 1 month to go. This is what I got when I interacted with your final year students last year. So this is the phase where we are traveling, and this is the time where you need to start as to for what we are here. How many, I could see bags with every one of you. Can you just pick out a page or can you just open your book and write something, which I'll tell you? Book ekkadundo, asla pennu techano ledo. రోకి ఒక బుక్ ఉన్న చాలు, పర్వం చింపేస్తాం. We don't require. See, but I want you to retain the paper because at the end of a session we are going to work out on something else. Keep the paper. చిన్న పేపర్ లేదా? ఫోన్ ఉంది కదా, ఫోన్లో రాసి, ఐ డోంట్ మైండ్. వావ్, అసలు ఈ పేపర్ ఎందుకు మేడం, హ్యాపీగా టైప్ చేసుకుంటాం కదా. అంటే ఐ థాట్ you were not allowed in the hall, but if you are having, I don't mind. SWOT analysis. S is for your strengths. W is for weaknesses. About yourself. This is an introspection activity which we are doing. What are my strengths? After coming up with your school life and your intermediate, 12 years of formalized education, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And then comes the opportunities and threats. Strengths. Spelling Japana. SWOT analysis. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So you don't bother about the slides, but check out. Write it in your mobile notes as well, but don't Google it, because we are asking about you. I don't want Google answers. How many of you think that you know everything about yourself? You know, right? So start paint. It's all about yourself. అసలు వద్దా ఈ స్వాట్ వద్దు, టాట్ వద్దు, వదిలేస్తే వెళ్ళిపోదాం మేడం. Make it up quickly. Your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Keep that in mind. You can pen it as and when needed, because I could see rhyme ante pakkanalani, munduro vallani, front row nunchi back row. See, you can do this activity even at your leisure pace, but if you are doing it now, we can work out on some tips and techniques. So the session would carry on. Meanwhile, you can even start doing it. Your strengths, your weaknesses, what are the opportunities you think you have, and the threats you would be facing out. If you're confident, that should be your strength. So weaknesses can cover anything, starting from your health problems, starting from your emotional imbalances, anything and everything can come there. And the opportunities, how you could gain control over these two. And the threats, how the external world is going to influence you. These are the things which I want you to seriously work on. And yes, we are done with it. So please keep your books and phones aside. So this is where we are talking about the concept of self-belief. So how do you think, if you are going to believe yourself, what wonders you are going to make? First is about your abilities. When you talk about your strengths, please work it out and make sure that you have the strength to the core. Core in the sense, it's unbeatable. There is nobody should be at par with you in your entire class for now, and in the entire university at a later phase. That is what you call it as a strength. Believe in your abilities. And when you have a tough time to be faced, వాట్ ద టఫ్ టైం ఫర్ అస్? ఎందుకు మ్యామ్ నెక్స్ట్ వీకే ఎగ్జామ్స్, అది కాకుండా ఇంకేముంటుంది టఫ్ టైం కదా. బట్ వాట్ హెల్ప్స్ యూ టు బీ మోటివేటెడ్? పేరెంట్స్ ఫోన్, రైట్? 20వ తారీఖు నుంచి ఎగ్జామ్స్ అంట, చదువుతున్నావా? పడుకుంది చాలే, ఇంకా ఫోన్ పక్కన పెట్టి హాలిడేస్లో చూసుకుందాం, ముందు చదువు. ఇంటర్ కంటే పర్సంటేజ్ తగ్గిందో XYZ, రైట్? యూ డోంట్ గెట్ సచ్ కాల్స్. At least by the time they're dropping you at the hostel, if you are silent, you are just not opening up. But everybody are on the same line. Everybody get the same thoughts. And when I mentioned about your weaknesses and threats, that is what you need to work it out. Your innovative thinking and your problem solving abilities is what you need to work out with. How and what, we will learn further. And then, well, you're talking about your threat. Here we have a class of 60 for now. Okay, imagine a class of 80. Everybody has the same qualification by the time you pass out your 4-year degree. Okay, your branches or your specializations vary. Even if your specialization, you have a same percentage of 80s and 90s in your class, right? But from the employer point, final year, everybody only talk about the job market, right? So how are you different from your peer to identify yourself as a unique? So everybody from the same class, everybody takes the same test, everybody is above 85 to 95 percentages. But why only you should be recruited from the employer? Skills, yes. What sort of skills you are talking about? Your negotiation skills, your leadership skills, your aptitude skills. So you need to check out on all these aspects, right? So that's why the importance of SWOT analysis is very much required. Those who haven't done this task, now please take your time and finish off at least by the time before you go to your bed today itself. And you introspect this. You check this back after you are done with your exams and once you are at home. And get back to me for any queries that you might be having. So here are a few examples. How many of you know everyone from the list? Somebody who could give the names? Yes, dear. Please get up. PV Sindhu also. Next. So, just one line about PV Sindhu I want to hear from you. I purposefully picked up very familiar faces because I want to hear from you. You want to say something? Yes. You know why these were picked up? PV Sindhu has started working on her career since she was at the age of 4. I happened to meet her father last month while he was here in Vijayawada. And you know what he mentioned? She's not happy with the way she's putting in efforts. Na kashtam saripotaledu nana, I need to work further. After being an Olympian, this is the statement she has given. I have met him probably in the 2nd of August. And this is the statement where PV Sindhu has given on 1st of August 2025. You know how many hours of work she puts on? 14 hours a day. And still she says, my effort is not up to the mark. So that is the level of competition you will be facing. And next, moving on, Arunima Sinha is what? You're very much familiar with the name. One liner about her? No legs, okay. So she was the first amputee to climb the Mount Everest in one line. But the underlying thing is, she was like each one of us, an engineering graduate who has been working. And on the day while she was on a vacation, she was traveling to her parents' home from office. That was the night where her chain got snatched and her father has put almost 12 years of effort to buy a small chain for her. For the parent-in-law, she couldn't let it go. And almost how many trains land through her legs? Not 4, ma. It's almost 42, where the legs were totally cut off and it was eaten by the ants and rats. Right? So, did she give up there? She was operated without being given an anesthesia. And from there, she rose to Mount Everest because she has identified there is some purpose in my life. Then how about Mary Kom? So there is a thing, right? Engineering manch percentage get into a job, you'll get very nice alliance. Marriage is the ultimate thing. Some or the other time it pops up in every household. But she made a difference after giving birth to 2 children. She won a bronze in Olympics. So there is no thing that is stopping a woman from achieving what she wants. And then, how about Coffee Day? Have you heard about her? Can I have her name from you? Malavika. Her husband has ended his life in a suicide, just with a 900 crore debt. And she stood up. She doesn't want the legacy of Cave Coffee Day to run up. And she made sure that the business is on track just within 2 years. See, what a male cannot do, females could do. And she's just a housewife till then. And that is what the power of a woman could talk about. And the next one is about, you haven't seen her? Divya Deshmukh. Well, chessboard is there, so she's a chess player, that's understood. The youngest female to be a world grandmaster. And then how about the last one? Have you heard about her? How many of you know Nykaa? She is the founder for that. So, where she has identified the gap, when I talk about competition, when I say that why an employer should recruit you, you should identify what the market needs, and you should learn that skill set to stand aloof from your peers. Okay? So, yes. So, that's a self-read thing. Most of you have been undergoing this concept of self-doubt and self-mistakes. The thing which you are going to do with the activity of SWOT analysis will definitely help you out to current. So, anything that you didn't understand from the slide, let me know. Some slides were purposefully written so that those who think they want to pen them or they want to follow would definitely take a note of them. So while you talk about a SWOT analysis, strength is what you need to work out on, and you should surround yourself with positive influences and then self-affirmations. You know influences, but what is positive influence? There is something, you can change it. There is something that has to be on your top of mind every now and then, right? And that has to be a positive note. That is what we are talking about here. Have you heard of her? Never, right? How many of you know Kargil War? You're born by then? You're not even born during the Kargil War, or you haven't heard of it afterwards. Okay. So that is Yashika Tyagi ji. So go to the next slide. I'll just check out. How many of you have seen these faces in your campus? Those are all your NCC battalion of KL University. So Yashika Tyagi ji was here on August 7th in Vijayawada. She was our speaker from FICCI Flow, Andhra Pradesh, where I'm the secretary, and here she was here, a Kargil War veteran who was at the Siachen Glacier with a pregnancy of her second trimester. Ante 5th month lo, while she was carrying, she went to the war front to take care of the logistics for the soldiers. And she hails from a family where there is a family of 3 girls. She lost her father at the age of 8 years. And you know, all these 3 sisters, they are serving our country. One is in Navy, one is in Air Force, and you could see Yashika Tyagi ji, who is into Army. If you see, everybody has social media, right? Please check out a profile where she has been into Kargil War only because her son, by then she already had a son, is being taken care of her tribals in Jammu and Kashmir. So while we sit very comfortably at our homes, where we blame the hostel for small things, remember there are people who are at the war front 24/7 who are fighting for us. And this live example is what everybody needs to know. Yes. So I just wanted you to understand about such war heroes so that whatever we are doing is just a drop in the ocean. Right? Yes? You can just flip off. Yeah. Slumdog billionaire is what one word that would reflect to her. Born in slums, but again she made it a point. Tamanvi pipes is what she has come up with, Kamani pipes. So she made sure that she is taking care of the entire business, and where she has become a Padma Shri awardee. Next slide. I'm just rushing through because I know there is a hint regarding the time. How many of you know Hima Das? Hima Das is the first Olympian who was identified in her tracks even without wearing a shoe, because they cannot buy a pair of shoes. That is the utter poverty that she has come from. When we talk about Hima Das, she made it a point that she wanted to host the tricolor, and she is the first woman to win a gold for India. She coming from a family where they couldn't even afford for a shoe and trying to win a gold for India. Yes, next. But at least can't we get a gold for our parents? What is that they would be looking for? Just marks, kada. They don't ask you to come and give them a gold medal. Right? And the exams are around the corner. So this is where we need to give a thought to such people. So who is she? Yeah, even the name itself is in the bold letters. And that is the period where there are hardly very less number of women in DRDO. And she's the first lady to take the charge of the missile Agni 4. And next, see, not just the technical fields, but women are there in every field. And now everybody knows about Tessie Thomas. Why? Because of her services to the Indian spacecraft. Now, yes, Lisa Stalker. How many of you have heard this name? Lisa? No. You know where she is found? She is found in a garbage. Somebody have given a birth and they have left the baby in a garbage which is being bitten by ants. That is where an orphanage person has taken, and from there an American couple has adopted from an orphanage in Kolkata. And now she is the first Australian cricket captain of Indian origin. So imagine, from a life of an orphan to becoming an Australian Indian women's captain. That is the possibility where there might be a start where you are finding it very difficult. But where you want to be is what you have to choose in life. Yes. So what you are looking for? So check out, is this what I want to be? And is this what I want to give to my parents? Analyze yourself and then check out where you want to, you can move out. So you can seek support. See, there are certain things where you want to take help. As your register sir has said, there are so many support systems within the university. But still, if you're looking for something or somebody just to talk out regarding yourself, we are always there to help you out. So please keep this in mind. And one thing which you have to work right away is on your goals. When you analyze your SWOT analysis, make a list of the goals, divide them into short term, medium, and long term, but make sure that you come up with a SMART goal. Your goal should be SMART. What do you mean by SMART? S for specific. Have a time-bound goal. And then that has to be measurable. Quantify your goal. Make sure that it is achievable. Okay? And then when you talk about Go back to the previous slide so that some people are noting it down. So when you talk about those achievable goals, it has to be relevant and time-bound also. So what is a time-bound goal? So probably you want to come up with something of a project. Make sure that whether you want to achieve it in 3 months or 6 months, and what are the sources that you would like to have, and how are you going to measure your project success. This is what you need to know. And not every achievement has to be big. Today you take a small step. Just an example of changing the body clock. You can take a small step of doing 1 or 2 things at a time. You might reduce your sleeping hours from 1 o'clock to 12 or to 11. Week by week you can find changes. So make sure that small step is always very, very important. Yeah, this is my takeaway for you. Your belief in yourself should be your superpower. You have to believe in yourself, because nobody will else say that I have total belief in, Ramya or somebody else. You need to talk, you need to stand up for yourself and make sure that you are unique. There is something that would say that there's nothing that is called impossible. The word itself says, I am possible. In this world of constant male-dominant society, until and unless you rise, you shine, and you prove yourself, nobody is going to come and support you. But there are people who are going to pull you down as and when they get a chance. But make sure that when you work out the way on your strengths, and when you build up a strategy and a goal-centric ideas, nothing is going to stop you. Right? Any questions for me? Last slide. Last slide.
That's the last slide.
Anything else? Any questions for me now? 2 aspects. Something has been understood. Nothing has been understood. I haven't even heard anything in your sessions. Option 1. See, you forgot about the brain exercise, right? Half raised hands, full raised hands. Yeah, if you think you have understood and this session has been useful for you, you don't have to clap, but please do that brain exercise which we did. Right hand to the front and left hand to the back. Please do the brain exercise right away. Right away. Thank you so much. You, KL first years, are a wonderful audience. And we'll stay in touch. So you can have my direct WhatsApp number. That should be 99852 44552. 99852 44552. So 99852 44552. Please, ma'am, can I have the last slide so that it has the details?
Ma'am, we'll share the PPT to them.
So I wish to see each one of you as a winner and on the dais in the short term. So before that, I would never end a session without taking a selfie with the champions of tomorrow. So let's have a champion selfie. Yes? Hands up, please. A thumbs up. Oh, I'm coming. Okay.
Lights, Amma.
Okay, you want a video? Okay, all right. Yes. Yes, a thumbs up for all your patients. All right. Thank you so much, KL.
Our guest of the day, Mrs. Suma Atluri ma'am, to please receive our felicitation. And I request Dr. Ruth Ramya ma'am, Sri Lakshmi ma'am to please do the honors.